Many years ago, when I was well into adulthood and my boring, meaningless, well-paid job, I had a friend named Jake. Jake was this wealthy sales guy who was raising the vibration of consciousness one dance party at a time. Jake lived on this huge property in this giant mansion. Outside, there was a fire pit. There was a wraparound deck that we used as a stage where DJs would come with their lights and spin their music, and everyone would dance ecstatically under the stars. Inside, there was an open bar. On the kitchen counter, there'd be bowls of magic mushrooms for the taking. There was a stripper pole if you felt like showing off a little bit. There was even a heated indoor swimming pool where everyone loved to go skinny dipping in. Jake's house was the life of the party. Around that time, I didn't really have a lot of connection or meaning in my life. I felt stuck in the monotonous wheels of the everyday. Jake's house offered me an escape from that. When I was there, I felt like I was connected to something bigger than myself. I felt like we were all dancing towards some unseen truth. It was like I was part of some underground secret society of people who was rejecting the conventional life that had all been sold to us and promised to make us happy but didn't. I felt a part of something. I felt special. The last time that I went to Jake's house, it had been a while since I had seen Jake or even spoken to him. Life gets busy. When I get a message from Jake saying that he is moving out of the mansion, that all good things must come to an end, and this Friday is the last hurrah. And I'm standing there looking at the message thinking like, what? Why is Jake leaving that awesome mansion? I thought it would always be there for us to lose ourselves in. But yeah, of course I'm going. So we work all week long and it's finally Friday. The music's gonna be playing on our time now. I roll up to Jake's house about 9 o'clock and I park outside with all the other cars and go in through the back gate and walk into the backyard, and it's just dark. There's no fire pit, there's no lights or laughing or DJs or music. It's an eerie stillness to Jake's house that I had never felt there before. I checked my phone to make sure I had the right day and time, and I'm looking down and I'm like, yeah, the party was supposed to start hours ago. Where is everyone? So I go to the side of the house and I see that there's a light on in the kitchen. So I walk up to the window and I look inside and there's a group of people standing around the kitchen table. So I'm like, all right, I guess everyone's inside. So I walk through the house, past the heated indoor swimming pool, down the hallway, and I hear some laughter, and I walk into the kitchen, and there it is. There's the party. People are laughing and drinking and smoking, and that's Friday night, and I'm like, yeah, all right. And I'm looking around, and I don't really see anyone that I know, but that's typical at Jake's house. It's usually a bunch of strangers who become friends through the false sense of closeness that substances induce. I start talking to some guy from California. He's pretty cute, and he's got some of that perp daddy kush, and he's like, yeah, you want some? And I'm like, yeah, definitely. I'm talking to the right guy. Now, at the time, I was a moderate toker, but I have one hit of this weed, and I am blasted. I feel it like shoot up through my toes and swirl up my legs and up my spine and out through my ears. I am so lifted. And Cali Boy notices the super high look on my face, and he's like, yeah, I told you I wasn't messing around. And I was like, yeah, no kidding, man. All right, but no matter, I brought my sleeping bag. I'll just crash here and I'll go as hard as I want and party on. No big deal. So we're laughing and talking. And then out of the corner of my eye, I see Jake walk into the kitchen. And I tell Callie boy, hey, I'm going to go say hey to Jake. And he's like, yeah, okay. So I walk up to Jake, and we hug, and we exchange pleasantries. Hey, how you been? Good. What about you? Yeah, work's crazy. What? It's Friday. What? And then I'm like, so Jake, why are you leaving? Why are you moving out? What's going on? Jake thinks about it for a minute, and he's like, yeah, well, rent's going up. And I'm like, yeah, it's going on everywhere. And then he's like, and you remember my roommate, Sam? I was like, oh, yeah, Sam. How's Sam doing? He's like, yeah, well, Sam died here over the summer at one of our parties. He overdosed in his room, and nobody found him till morning. And I'm just feeling my body starting to heat up, and my heart's going a little faster, and thinking about the last time that I saw Sam and remember him dancing on the DJ deck, spinning his girlfriend around in her miniskirt. And before I can even fully process what Jake has just told me, he's like, yeah, you remember Pete? I was like, yeah, Pete, real funny guy. And he's like, yeah, well, at another one of our parties here, Pete died. He got really drunk and fell into the swimming pool and drowned. Nobody found him till morning. And I'm just standing there, now I'm feeling super cold, and the room is starting to spin a little bit, and I'm thinking, how does somebody drown in a swimming pool in a house full of people and nobody notices till the morning? And Jake kind of notices the concerned look on my face, and he's like, oh, yeah, don't worry about that, though. That's not what tonight's about. Yeah, tonight's about all the good times that we had in the house. And, we drained the pool, and we waited 60 days, so it's fine. We're good to go. And I'm just thinking, what? Is this some kind of protocol? When somebody dies in the pool, we can just, drain it and wait 60 days, and it's like it never happened? And I just feel like my whole body's feeling tingly, and Jake and I are just kind of standing there, and he's like, yeah, so did you bring a towel? And I am just feeling so disassociated from my body. I feel like my feet aren't even touching the ground anymore, and I'm just really hot. And I tell Jake, hey, Jake, I need to go outside and get some fresh air. It really has nothing to do with what you just told me. It's just, I'm really high. So I push past all the people, and I go outside, and I grab onto a tree just to ground myself to the earth, and all these thoughts start spinning through my head, how did two people die in a house full of people and nobody notices till morning? I thought we were community, and who are these people are at this house, and what does that say about them? What does that say about me that I'm here, and who is Jake, and why is he inviting me to his haunted house, and could I be next? I don't know the answer to any of these questions, but I just know I can't spend another minute here. And in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, okay, I am way too high to drive home. I feel too embarrassed to call anyone to come pick me up. So in my mind, the only way home is the city bus. Jake lives a little out there, so it's about an hour walk to the bus station. I finally get there and see the light shining down on the bus stop, and I walk up, and I must have gotten there just in time because I look to my right and see the city bus clanking up the hill all jankety-like, and it pulls up in front, and I get on, and the lights are bright, and it's crowded, full of people. And I make my way to the back little corner and slide into the window seat. I'm still a little high, and I'm staring out the window, contemplating my humbling insignificance before the vastness of the cosmos, and the bus starts moving, and I'm getting sleepy, and my eyes are getting heavy, and I'm about to sleep, and I'm like, man, I could just die right here, and I don't think anyone would even notice. Thank you.